It's Dr. Wu. You know, there's a saying by Jonathan Swift. Every man desires to live long, but no one wants to get old. What we're going to focus on this year to the start is a lot of the longevity practices to keep us strong, healthy, and live a long time. Interesting, when the Emperor of China ruled, he had many consorts, and his energy stored in the kidneys, so they would bring him herbs and they would bring him different foods to strengthen his sexual power by strengthening his kidneys and the adrenals. Interesting enough, low back pain, if you have a kidney problem, you've got low back pain, you've got knee pain, sometimes ringing, tinnitus in the ears, or hair loss, oh my goodness. Now, I've got a whole host of exercises to show you that will really give you some power. And if you've got a low back pain, this will help you get rid of it with no problem. Now, I have some tools I want to share with you. This is the sacred towel. We're going to use the towel because you don't have to go out and buy a lot of equipment. You fold the towel in half, and then I'm just going to roll it up. I'm going to make a towel roll here. Roll it pretty tight. And I get a nice roll, nice and sturdy. And I'm going to show you 3 different positions that we use on the back, okay? One, we're going to start off with the low back. Then we're going to go to the middle. No, we'll go to the upper back, and then we'll use it in the middle. From there, I'm going to show you how to use the styrofoam roll, relax the back, then we'll get into the Mao roller, and then we'll get into some exercises specific for the back. So let's start. Ready? Here I am with my assistant. We're going to do some stuff to loosen up his back. So we're going to start on the upper back. So if you just come up just a little bit, I'm going to place it right under the upper back. Make sure he's centered. You good? Okay, now come on with me, going down to the feet. When you're working with someone, you grab their feet, just put your hands on their toes, curl your fingers under, and then you start to rock the person back and forth. As you rock them, his back muscles will start to release and relax. So you can do this for a minute or two, just easily getting the body to move back and forth. There's nothing, it's nothing strong, it's just a gentle rocking, and this releases the upper back muscles. Let's say he doesn't have a partner. So here's how you do it. Point your feet and then bring your feet up to your head and go back and forth. Do that a few times. So if you don't have a partner, if you don't have anybody to work with, you can still put the towel roll under your back, and by moving your feet up and down, you start to relax the back. Now, I prefer to have a partner, to somebody to do it, because that's a lot of fun when you're working with someone. So we'll do this for a couple more minutes or a couple more seconds and just let his back release. Good. Okay, I'm going to come back over here. Just going to slip this out for a moment. Let me roll you to the side. And now you lay flat on your back, and let's check that under there. Oh yeah, how's that feel? A little more relaxed in there. So we're starting to open up the chest area and the upper back and just get all those muscles open. Okay, now we're going to do the low back. So if you bend your legs, please lift your pelvis up. Just going to slip this under the, there we go, right in the center. And again, I'm going back to the feet. Over here, make yourself comfortable and then just start rocking. So as you rock again, you're starting to relax the low back. Now we'll check the low back and we'll see. Because after we do this for about a minute, we're causing that towel in there to act as a natural support and just relax all those muscles. Okay, and again, try it yourself. Point your toes, bring your toes back to your head, and back and forth. Do that about 15, 20 times. See, in this way you can relax your own back if you don't have a partner to work with, and this really gets the energy flowing through the low back. I'm going to pick up his toes again, rock him a little more. Yeah, and just get all this energy flowing. Okay, that's good. Now you'll notice, even the short time that I've done it, this relaxes the back more than any exercise I've found. Just roll over to the side. Good. And lay flat. Let me see if I get my hand under there. There's no room. Before he had an arch. Now the back's laying flat. So this really relaxes the body. How you feeling, okay?
Feel great.
Great. I got one more to do. Now this one, you know, a lot of times your back will just feel like, oh, my back is sore, and it goes on all the time. And this exercise really relaxes the whole back. I'm going to put it on his back going this way, okay? This is a great one. Turn it toward me. I'm going to put this right on the spine and roll him back over. Okay, now there's two handles when you're working with someone. One, you put your hand on the shoulder, and then there's this big bone right here. So grab that bone and then just roll him back and forth. There's nothing for the patient to do, they just relax. And you're just rolling them back and forth. Just gently letting those muscles move, open up all the energy around the spine. Now again, if there's no one there, you just move back and forth. Right, you can do it yourself, just upper part of your body. Great, either side, either shoulder. And I can just get a nice rock in here and start to loosen up those muscles. Okay, and let's pull it out. Great, lay flat. Yeah, how's that? Good? Great. This is a great exercise. You can do it at home with just a towel. You can do it by yourself. Remember, it's the upper back, it's the lower back, and then it's right in the center. I've been doing this exercise on myself and on patients for years. It relaxes the back the quickest with the least amount of effort. Another great tool is working with a styrofoam tube. This is about a 6-inch styrofoam, and it's about 3 foot long. You can get it, about at any sports store. They have them in black, they have them in different colors. This is just the plain one, but this is a great tool to make your back feel good. I have one of these in my house, I have one in the office, I use it with patients, and I've had more success with this than just about anything. Now, the combination with a towel roll and this, boy, you're going to really strengthen the back muscles and relax them. So let's start off with your low back. Would you bend your legs a little? And if you lift up your pelvis, I'm going to put this right under there, okay, and you just lower down. Now, you just hang out for a moment. So when I'm doing this, I just put it under my low back. If it's too high for you, if there's some pain, switch back to the towel roll. But as you get more flexibility in your spine, you'll be able to do this. Puts a nice arch in the back and relaxes all these muscles in here and allows the abs to open up at the same time. So it's very relaxing. And usually I hang out on this for about a minute or two. That's enough. You don't have to spend an hour on it or a half an hour. Few minutes and you'll get all the benefits. I've fallen asleep on it before too. Okay? You doing all right? Good. Now, you could also go down to the other end and again, grab his feet gently and just rock very gently, just like we did with the towel rolls. All of this is done very gently. Okay, that's great. Bend your legs again. And I'm just going to slip this out. Now, an important part is now you have the person just lay down and relax. See, once you lay down, it lets all these muscles, I can't even get my hand under there anymore. It lets all this relax and relaxes the whole lower back. Now, like I was saying before, you know, sometimes you're just doing things for the day, you're so busy, you got so much work, you really didn't hurt your back, but your back's just tired. Whew, I hate that. Anyway, I was working with a few trainers in Miami, and I said, boy, sometimes my back gets so tired. You know, I'm bending over patients all day and I'm doing stuff. And he said, hey, get the styrofoam tube. Styrofoam tube is the best thing to relax your back. This one's amazing. You don't have to do anything. Okay, if you're going to turn this way again, and I'm going to put this right in the center of your back, and you just get up on that tube. Okay, good. Good. I've got it going from his head all the way down to his buttocks. And his body's just relaxing there. As he relaxes, all of these muscles on the side start to relax. Everything just starts to open up. As this opens, the whole body will start to release. So I'm just going to let him sit there for about a minute. You just breathe and relax. There's nothing for you to do. You can rock him if you want, because sometimes I rock it myself. Now, try just gently rocking from side to side, just a little bit. Good. And that relaxes all the muscles at an even deeper level. Sometimes when the person first starts out and they get on it, I'll move them a little bit. And then once we get the gravity, once we get the right position in their balance, I can just leave them there. I'll leave them on the table for a few minutes and just let those muscles relax. It's one of the greatest. And I'm going to roll you off, boom, and then you just lay flat. Feels great, doesn't it? Okay, good. So let them relax a while, because this lets all that tension that's held in our spine just relax. All those muscles, all the straps, all those big muscles that get tense, this relaxes it. Now, when we're talking about the longevity practice, we're talking about keeping the kidneys and the back strong. So this allows it to relax so you can take on more. You can do more exercise. You'll have more power. You just have to spend some time, maybe 5 minutes a day, and you'll have a good back. Now, let's go to the upper back. Come on up a little. Great. And then back down again. Great. And you can do this in two ways. You can lift your arms up like that. If you're that flexible, you can open that. That opens up the breathing capacity. That opens up the upper back. Or if it's too much for you, keep your head like that. Just bring your arms down, and you don't have as severe or as much. But then as you get more flexible, you open this up. You open up all this chest area. Just let the body relax again. This is a great exercise. So again, we did the low back, we did the center, and we're doing the upper back. Now, if you bend your legs a little, bend them, boop, 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 boop. Now, slide all the way up. Keep going. Now, come on back down. And going up again. And this way, you use it as a roller, and you just iron out those muscles just by moving up and down. Okay, once more. And then I'm going to pull it out. Great. And you lay flat. How are you feeling?
Feeling great.
Great. So what it does, it relaxes the whole spine. It's a great exercise. You can get these things in most of the catalogs. Look on the internet or go to the Relax Your Back store. They have them there about 35 bucks, sometimes 40, sometimes 25. Okay? Got another exercise that I've been doing for years. This one is a solid piece of wood. It's called the mile roller. It's got a couple of bumps in there. Along both sides of the spine, there's a series of acupuncture points. And when these points are stimulated, they relax most of the organs in the body. So I use the mile roller for this. So why don't you come up for a second? Come up. And I'm going to show you how to do this one myself. Okay, I've been doing this for years. So I usually start with the neck. In fact, I always start with the neck because you want to roll down. So I start here, and I just put this right under my neck. Right here. It's gallbladder 20. That's, yeah, no, it's gallbladder, yeah, that's gallbladder 20. and I just relax there. Sometimes if I have tension in my neck, I'll move my head back and forth a little and just start to free those up. Sometimes you hear a little cracking, and I just relax there. This relaxes all those big muscles up in there, which will relax all the muscles that go up into your head. If you have headaches, you'll get rid of them in no time at all. Next, I bring it up a little and get right under here, and then slowly I start to roll up one vertebra at a time. Just letting all those, you'll hear some popping, and I just let all of those relax. Roll it all the way down. And when I get down here, I just move my pelvis around a little bit. And sometimes I'll just kick my own butt. This relaxes all these muscles, and at the same time, I'm relaxing any tension in my lower back. Then make some circles one direction and circles in the other direction. Great. That's the Mile Roller. Now, there's one thing about the Mile Roller. It's a hard piece of wood. So, in the beginning, if that's too much for your neck, I've got another tool. This is a sock. In the sock are 2 tennis balls. Now, I usually get the tennis balls that somebody's already played with because they have a little play in them. They're softer. They're not the really hard ones. And how I'll use this is the same way as the Mile Roller. I'll take them and I'll put them right in the same place, right on gallbladder 20, and I just relax. They're soft, and it releases all these points back here. By releasing all those points, you get rid of tension, headaches, neck pains. It relaxes the shoulder, opens up your breathing capacity, and this is a great way to fall asleep. I think I'll just rest here for a while. I'm going to continue with 3 dynamic exercises for the back. All these loosen up the straps, they get the more flexibility and agility in the spine, and you're going to feel great. Okay, I'm going to start off with the first one. You lay on the back, your arms are out by your sides, your feet are, a little less than shoulder level. And what you're going to do is turn your head away and drop your legs. Then the opposite. Head goes one way, legs go the other. See how this gives me that stretch right in there? Great, both sides. The more you do this, it'll be easier. The more you do it, the easier it gets, and it really relieves some pain and some tension in the back. It gives you a lot more length. Okay, the next one, similar. Move the legs apart. Now, I'm going to drop my knee, turn my head the opposite way. Now the same on the other side. Again, this is giving me a different rotation in the hip, which is loosening all this as well as giving me the length. This is great if you have hip pain. It starts to release it. If you ever see a baby, you know how the babies sit and they put their feet together like this, and they push their feet out, right? And they bring them back. So when you bring your feet up like this, keep your heels on the ground, bring your legs together, push out with your heels. Now, dragging your heels against the ground, bring them back up, back into the baby pose. You'll start to open all this area, which opens up the pelvis. Once you get this open and loose, boy, you're going to have a lot of flexibility in the whole spine and in your pelvic area. Dragging the feet and drop. Okay, so let me review real quick. The first one, my head goes one way, feet go the other. right? Getting a nice stretch. Second one, feet go apart a little bit. Same, head goes one way, your feet go the other way. Start to just loosen that up. The third one, baby pose. So you open all this up, let your feet go out, drag them back up, drop your legs open, let them go down. Great. Okay, now